Everyone likes to talk about how smart their kid is. How dumb is yours? I have uttered the words, "Don't lick the headlights." My youngest will drink from the duck's paddling pool if not physically prevented from doing so, and thinks that "do not touch anything" doesn't cover licking the mirror in the supermarket toilets. Luckily, or perhaps as a consequence, she has the immune system of a cockroach. My 3-year-old daughter told me the other night that her favorite animals are unicorns, moths, and the ocean. She didn't realize birds actually have legs. She was under the impression that the feet just attach to the bottom of the body. Owls' legs are particularly problematic and concern her most. She's 14. He loves pizza. As long as I tell him what we're eating is pizza, he'll eat it. Vegetables, call it pizza. Chicken nuggets, call it pizza. Literally anything. He screams, "Yay pizza," and eats it. He's 2. Quarantine school for 6 weeks back in April, 4th grade. Learning to round up down for hundreds. They did tens prior to quarantine apparently, so this was supposed to be an easy math assignment. I asked her if 675 was closer to 600 or 700. She asked why did I pick 600 and 700. I said because 675 is in between those two sets of hundreds. I then spent the next 45 minutes explaining the phrase "in between" to an 11-year-old. Not my kid. She's my niece. But I help my sister a lot with her kids, since she's a single mom. My 13-year-old couldn't understand why hiding a popsicle in his bed was a bad idea. My 3-year-old had a meltdown yesterday because someone ate all his sultanas. It was him. He ate all the sultanas. I play rock, paper, scissors with my daughter to make her finish her food. Round 1, she throws rock. I throw scissors. Yay, you won. You get to eat another spoon. Quote. Round 2, she throws paper. I throw scissors. I win. You need to eat another spoon. Quote. She still doesn't suspect a thing. My 7-year-old son had a diarrhea poop accident earlier this year. He wanted to get the poop off his underwear on his own, so he wet it in the sink to make it easier to remove. And then he held tightly to one end and whipped it in the air to fling the poop off. Repeatedly. By the time I grabbed a key and let myself in because he was refusing to communicate and had been in there for ages, there were feces sprayed all over the bathroom floor, mirror, and walls. It's a mercy none ended up on the ceiling. He looked at me. I looked at him. Our wide eyes mirrored each other's. I took a deep breath, during which I shoved down all my panic, horror, and shock, and asked him if he'd let me take care of the mess while he went to the shower in the other bathroom and cleaned himself off. He said, "Okay," in the meekest tone I've ever heard from him. And I spent the next hour scrubbing down every inch of that bathroom before spraying it with enough disinfectant to exorcise demons. Our 10-year-old ran the 2 deciseconds under the tap to clean it. Yes, it died. My daughter was 6. She had 10 $1 bills. I needed change for some not remembered reason and offered her a $10 bill for her 10 $1 bills. She completely melted down, screamed, cried, accused me of stealing, on and on and on. I let her keep all the $1 bills. Not my kids, but my little sister. Once, she cut her own hair behind our back and figured she didn't like it, so she started crying and tried to undo it using duct tape. 6-year-old still hasn't grasped the word ask. I need to tell mom if I can watch TV. My 14-year-old has tried to microwave soup in the same metal bowl at least 3 times. This is the only metal bowl we have in the house, so it's not like she doesn't have many options. I say at least 3 times because that is how many times my wife and I have stopped her. Who knows what happens when we are not home. Oh, and she is taking pre-AP classes at the high school this year. Meat eaters are made of meat, so he thinks plant eaters are made of plants. My son liked to cheat when playing Pokemon TCG by placing his card instead of shuffling. That way he will draw all his strongest Pokemon early on. The problem is he doesn't understand that by doing this he should also put some other cards. He end up losing because without energy his Pokemon can't do anything and all he draws are more Pokemon. Every single game. Of course he takes offense and claim he's not cheating. Ben wonders why he loses or why people don't want to play with him again. She used her hair to clean up the water she spilled and cried because she then got all wet. Edit to include another story. One time she was jumping on the bed and kneed herself in the face. She cried. I asked what happened. She decided to show me what happened by jumping on the bed and kneeing herself in the face again, and crying. It was also her birthday. Thanks for the love, guys. Kids are dumb, but they have to get it from somewhere. My 4-year-old calls all meals dinner, even after hundreds of explanations of the breakfast, lunch, dinner model. The other day she asked what we were having for second dinner. So I asked what she calls the cereal we ate for breakfast. She said that was first dinner. Face palm. My daughter thinks our dog who died has turned into a plant in our balcony and she waters it every morning and talks about her day. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.